the projects that I cherish. It's the third time that we convene 20 comics artists from around the world to complete strangers, and we spend a whole day with each other, and we then correspond for a couple of months to make stories together. And for me, it's the epitome of what this medium is about. It's not so much about the final product, although the final products are a treasure to behold, but it's about coming together and using art as an alternative to every other to pull down barriers of language and of borders and to travel the worlds of imagination together. So I love doing this, and I wish I was there with you in person. I hope next year there won't be any wars and there'll be peace, so I can come in person. So I'll be here online to see everybody celebrate their results.
Yeah, thank you very much, Karen. So bravo for you.
Thank you for that. Thank you for helping us along the way. We hope to see you next year, definitely. But now let's get to the specific projects that these artists have worked on. Since we have Mustafa online and Hannah here, let's start there with the two of you. All right, this is your work. Mustafa, you don't see it, but we are presenting the cover art for The Last Feast.
I see it. I can see everything.
You do? Fantastic.
Yeah.
Okay. You can present it to everyone, the actual physical copy. I imagine it must be a real rush to actually like hold your art in your hands. Like I like and I respect the digital because it's very useful, but then like if you feel the weight of the stuff that you create, is definitely different. All right, I have you also physically here in person, so please give us a slight introduction to this. Tell us about the object that you decided on, and yeah, let's start with the beginning, where you started your work and how it went throughout the project.
Okay.
Maybe turn to them.
Okay.
Mustafa will see your profile.
Okay.
Oh.
So at the start, we chose the two words that should appear in the comic, and I just thought about soup because we made soup. Mustafa chose chestnut, and so I thought, how could I involve those two words in my comic, and also thought what I like to draw the most. And since I like drawing cute things like small animals or other things. Okay.
Sorry, Karen?
Should I speak or wait?
Oh no, she wasn't coming to us.
Okay. So I thought about drawing a mouse family.
Yeah.
Since there was a chestnut and soup, I thought about a forest and a feast. Since most animals go through hibernation during the winter, I thought about the last feast for winter, and there would be a dish called chestnut soup. And so I just prepared this scenario as mice just go out in the tree from forest, gathering ingredients and preparing them for this feast. And then I explained this idea to Mustafa, and we talked it through, and
Okay, this is great. Who came up with the title?
I think I did.
Okay, I'm wondering because like the last feast for me as a Polish person has like very strong religious connotations
Yeah.
of Jesus and his disciples. Was that something that passed through your mind at all?
To be honest, I knew that the title was about painting.
Yeah.
I just really liked the title and saw that it suited very well with my comic, so I just decided to choose this one.
Cool. Okay. I'll turn to you, Mustafa. Then, can you tell us about your side of the project, about the way you were working, maybe a little bit about the communication between the two of you, and what did the project look like from your side?
Yeah, sure. It's, can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
The back over here was okay. No, like Hannah said, we had some hazelnut soup, and it made sense to make something with food related. And then Hannah immediately started something cute, like a mouse family, like a whole ceremonial feast, like family cooking happy. I thought it was too cute, so I went to the other side to make it like the point of view of the ingredients, like they must have been going through hell while they're having fun. And then we talked about that. I thought, like, that's funny that somebody is being tortured while somebody is laughing. And then the work process, like, I waited for the pages from Hannah, and then I took some elements from that happy page, and then I basically zoomed in to make it really gruesome. Like, for example, point of view of the carrots having a conversation. All of a sudden, one of the carrots being pulled out, like, what's going on? And it's like, and then I wanted to keep the mouse a bit obscure in the beginning, and then slowly the reveal of how gross they are at the end. Like, who are these creatures doing this? It's like, they look almost like alien.
Yeah.
And then, you know, like they're being abducted, and then it has some religious context to it, like they're being sacrificed for the greater good,
Right.
or something like that.
Go on.
It was really fun to do, you know, like, and Hannah went digital, so I went mostly pen and paper, so also contrast there.
Yeah.
So I made small drawings, I scanned them in, I cleaned them up digitally. So I want to do it as much as contrast possible in black and white.
Okay. Could you both tell us about the centerpiece, which to me is one of the most interesting part of Comic Connections, of like the moment when both comics come together and they talk to each other really in this one like very specific moment that you see here upside down for some reason, but this is what it looks like. Did you guys spend more time than on the rest of the comic book on this specific panel, and how did you?
It makes sense, you know. Look, it makes sense for them to be eating at the end, because then you finish cooking. When you finish cooking, they're at the table, and so the table was the connecting element of the two worlds.
Right.
And then one is chaos, and the other one's eat really polite etiquette. Like, you know, it's really clean.
Yeah.
And the other one is just almost like inner demons coming out and enjoying food, like, you know, just devouring it, like.
Okay.
But I like it. It's like a mirror as well.
Hannah, so what was it like to work with your art and then, you know, meet a demonic entity like Mustafa and to try to combine these two into one thing?
I really like the idea of twisting the cute story of horror, because I really enjoy horror stories, movies.
Right.
So I thought that it would be really cool to make one story from two perspectives, and those two perspectives meet in the end, in the middle. So someone reading my story first as a very tragic surprise
Yeah.
for them. I'm not sure how would a person reading from Mustafa's side, reading first, how would they think when they see my side?
Right.
Would it be surprising? Would it be confusing? I'm not sure. I just thought about my perspective.
Yeah.
First,
Yeah, maybe you get like all the awful stuff out of the way, and then it's all niceties.
But then it feels so wrong reading my side after this.
Right.
Oh, there are some suffering, and my mouse are having such a good time.
Right.
Oh, yeah. So I think it's a very interesting company.
Okay. Thank you so much, guys. This is really fantastic. It's like it's a small publishing, but it's a beautiful one. I think it's really nice to hold it in your hands. So check out the last piece, guys. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mustafa.
Thank you, Mustafa. And now we will move on. Where?
So Mustafa, if you wanna stay with us longer, so you are invited.
Yeah. Please, you're welcome. You're welcome to stay on if you like.
Thank you for the project. I will send you your items by post. So no worries.
All right. So now we move on
Yes,
to.
yes, please send me everything.
Sure. We move on to Omol and Anke. Of course, on the bottom. Please sit here. Sit here, maybe. This is the comic book stuff.
I don't know if it's stuff or how is it? Stuff, okay.
Yes. Dutch is an insane language, so I'm very happy that I mastered one word. Oh well, yeah. I'm not saying it's not. Okay, immediately you can see it's a different approach because there's only one cover here and a description, like in proper comic books. All right, tell us about the project a little bit. Start with the objects and then maybe tell us about the process, how it was working for you both individually and together.
My object was handy. It's like a vacuum
Mm-hmm.
that has a very iconic look to it,
Mm-hmm.
and I just liked it. Because we had to make one story, and we had to make it like a logical. We had to make it logical, so we had to talk
Create
about.
that progression.
No, we had to create like little things and a really bare bones version of the story, so that we knew where what we had to tell.
Mm-hmm.
Because I had the second half, and I had to start somewhere.
Right.
And then we just, I just read it.
Mm-hmm.
So when we first were talking about what kind of ideas that we had, I had this like a ladybug, which is like a massage wooden tool that I found in the thrift store. So I wanted to do something with that, and you were talking about doing something in space, and then so to combine those, we thought the transition towards space. We didn't fully know how our story was going, but we kind of like basics. So the objects go to space, and we did whatever is going to happen in space.
Right. This must be a fantastic exercise in imagination when you get two two different persons with two different ideas and different thought processes, and the process of trying to combine two very different points of view must be hard but also exciting, I imagine. Would you say that it was fun, like cracking your head into trying to make these things come together?
Yeah. Yeah, I felt like a bond with the characters as well, and then because of the end, I did alter like a little bit before they go to space.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't want to go too much in because I don't want to spoil
Right.
the story.
Okay. So it's a different approach than with Hannah and Mustafa than what we saw before, where they like come at each other. Here there's a progression, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you guys like stay in touch for this, or were you just working on your separate things after you like established the baseline for the story?
We kept in touch for the cover, and we did both some things.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, just to discuss what we were going to do in the story.
All right. So in terms of just the drawing themselves, there was no like overlap here, right? You guys, each of you did your own thing, like visually, and again, this is
The
a
overlap
place.
kind of happens there.
Yeah.
And this,
Oh yeah. I have a slide over here. It's actually pretty seamless here, I would say, on the
I did like the,
in here.
I did the background and the characters.
Oh, okay. So this is a collaborative thing. It's not like you did 50-50.
I did a bit of the my side.
Uh-huh.
I tried to copy like the
Oh yeah,
stories.
All right. So okay, I'm not looking at the last page because I want to read it as well. So stuff, guys, by Anka and Womo. Check it out. And thank you for the participation here. Moving on. Now we have Kate Riot and Jan Sorokacz. Please come. Here we are. All right. Do you have these already?
Yes.
You do have them. All right. Also, tell us what it feels like to have this finally in physical form. And is this your first time meeting
Yes.
in person?
Absolutely.
All right. So what does it feel like to work with someone first and then meet them later? Let's maybe start there.
Yeah, so we started communicating through Discord. We spoke about the main idea first. We wanted to make a story that's mystical, surreal, but also personal. So both our stories carry personal themes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If you want to add something.
Yes, it's, our stories are very emotional and mean very much for all of us. For me, it was a very first experience to work with someone cooperatively, and I think I'm very lucky because I felt like my introversy met another introversy.
Right.
It was our safe comfort zone.
Okay. So you didn't have problem communicating because you were already on a similar plane of existence, I would say.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think it's part of the reason is also that since the comics were personal, we also had to communicate those personal things a little. I mean, for example, my own part was about my hopes and worries in the years 2024 and 2025, where I had my own crises and also some beautiful days, and I think that's what also connected the two of us.
Right. Okay. Did you have specific objects for these stories? What were the objects?
I suggested you. I think of it very long. This image it chased me years.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember how it started. I think I watched some horror movie. And since then, the eel symbolized the anxiety.
Okay.
And I wanted to put this image in some of my work, and this was very good opportunity to use it.
Okay. So it was like a carrier of a specific emotion for you, this animal, this fish. Okay.
Yeah, and I'm glad that you picked an actual animal, and it wasn't a snake. I find the shape of eel very interesting to draw. It has a very specific like vertical oval shape, and for my own object I took rustic antique lamp, the one you see in like a Middle Eastern stories about the genie, but I wanted to make sure that we don't make a story about the genie, and we didn't in the end. The lamp serves more as a guiding light or like a beacon, I hope.
Okay. So with the eel, there is no electricity involved?
No, it's not an electric eel, it's just some mysterious and maybe not very material eel.
Yeah, right. Also, like the eel's head, you can definitely have fun with it and convey tons of emotions, even though it's just a fish. But it's not just a fish, because you can definitely put a lot of feeling into that. Again, yet another different approach. So these are they two separate stories in terms of the narrative, or do they actually meet, interconnect?
They meet at the center, but I don't think they meet like two people.
Narratively?
Yes.
Okay.
I think they meet thematically.
Uh-huh.
They are both journeys through, I would say, some sort of stillness, personal stillness, and in the end they meet in a very quiet, dark space in the center of the book.
I think this is really like what is incredible about the project is that the comics connections that you guys can make are the connection is a very broad word, and so it can be all about the narrative, it can be all about the style of drawing, but it can also be about like the spirit that is the underlying theme of the entire thing. Do we have one more? Oh yeah, of Jan's.
Yeah, the cover.
All right, fantastic work. Also, I love how they correspond in the soul of it all. I hope you guys also, enjoy each other's company now that you created something together. Because really, I'm for some reason I'm thinking of the pandemic, and like when people started getting jobs in the pandemic, and they started meeting people on like Slack or Discord or through a camera, and then years later they would meet in person. I feel like this is sort of the same or similar situation. All right, check out Jan's and Kate's work for sure. Thank you very much for being here. All right, and we have Slavik and Panatot.
Okay.
You guys. Here we are.
I don't know. That's very funny. It does look.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, you mean the captions?
Yeah, the text on the captions. I don't know why it looks like that.
It is. I got this animation. What can presentation? What can I say? All right. So these are the works. Light and Imago. All right. Introduce us to the project. Tell us about the objects and about your work.
Okay. Do you want to start? Should I?
You can start.
Okay. Well, we kind of ended up working like more closely than I expected on this. It wasn't initially super planned because like we came up with two separate objects right the way everyone else picked theirs. So mine was a cicada shell and yours was a lamp. And then we ended up like talking about the ways we could take these stories, like interspersed with ideas, and we ended up coming up with like a shared character that shows up in both stories. So they're not like super directly narratively linked. They're not like one story that then connects directly to the other. There's this shared character of the fairy that's like trapped in the lamp, and she shows up in both of these stories. And I think that was really cool because like they are about different things, but they have kind of this like thematic through line that I think is neat.
Okay. Did you come up with the character like during while you were talking?
Yeah, together.
Yeah. It was I think
so, yeah.
Because my comic, The Lies, is more about the pixie trapped in the lantern, and you also use that with your object together.
Yeah.
Okay. It's kind of similar to one of the comics that we'll see in our third session, where the object was a music box and it shows sort of what happens inside it and what happens outside it, but that's just my association. So while working on the story, did you go like your separate ways and met at some point, or did you actually was it a closer collaboration throughout the project?
It sort of depended on the moment. We did a lot of talking together when we were coming up with like the idea for the story itself, and we didn't talk a lot for like a couple weeks while we were actually drawing, and then we came back together to like plan the pages that meet in the middle so they would match. So it kind of depended on what we needed at the moment. But we did talk a lot together about the actual stories.
Yeah, I think the important part for us was the middle works out well, because the stories, like my story plays like on the surface and yours plays underground.
Yeah.
And I wanted the middle page to be like those two sides.
Yeah.
But it's in a cave and right on top of the cave.
Yeah, so they're like the composition works out like the same veneered, but when you're reading the comic, one of them is like upside down because you're looking from above in one. And
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a very cool concept. The artwork is definitely different, but there are some like touch points in terms of both of your styles.
Yeah.
I think. Was that something that you considered and thought about while working on?
I think the only thing we discussed is that we don't go like a very perfectionist route. Like we try to take it a bit more chill, like to not overwork the pages.
Yeah, we played it pretty loose. This is like also quite a departure from the way I usually draw because I'm very much like a line art person. I used to do like very traditional inks. Now I do a lot of my work digitally, but still like with traditional black lines and then colors underneath. And I just completely did not do that here. It's painted and then with like some minor line work on top, which was nice. It turned out that this actually went way faster than the way I usually draw, which I was kind of surprised by. But yeah, it was nice to like play with style a little bit and to like kind of have this be sort of a loose project where we were mostly focusing on telling the story rather than like nailing down our
Right.
Yeah, I also had that approach. I wanted to be a bit more painterly because I'm very much a line art person. Like you cannot take me out of the clipping studio brush settings, and that was my plan. However, I had an accident in January, like 2 weeks before the due date.
Yeah.
And I broke my right arm.
Oh.
So I had to go back to a more line arty style because that's what I could do at the moment. Because the more painterly focusing more on the values and shapes, that took a bit longer to me.
Right. Can you actually see the moment you had the accident in the comic book? Can you notice the moment when something changes?
Yeah, the first 3 pages I think, or like the first 4 pages, or where I was fine. I was trying to really make it work in this kind of foreign style to me. And then I broke my arm and I couldn't do it anymore.
Right. Okay. So you know, so it is a personal story on many levels for you then.
Yeah.
Also a very physical one. But would you say that it's in some way this also helped you to grow artistically, or did you just actually like pull back a little bit?
No, it helped me, of course. It got me to think lots in like the monochrome values and also Slavic painter style really inspired me in how to convey environments and storytelling. Also, these panels are like so creative. Everybody should read it and then go up to him and say that they are very creative.
Okay. All right. So definitely check it out. Do you guys have anything more to add?
I don't know. I just wanted to say that it was like super fun to work on this. It was like a very unique approach to doing comics. I love working on comics just with people in general. I think it's always fun to collaborate.
Right.
But this was like a very atypical way of doing a comic, like a meeting and doing it. Like I said, I've never done before. And I think it's just like a very cool way to do it, like reading everyone else's comics as well. I think people took it in so many different directions.
Yeah.
It was just like super interesting. So
Yeah.
Cool project.
Yeah, and also how we had like 8 pages.
I think it was 8.
Yeah, it was like 8 pages per person, and in the beginning I wasn't sure how to convey like what I want to tell in such little pages, but I was surprised by how well it came out in the end.
All right. It forces you to be like concise.
Yeah. It also has with that old like comic artist approach that you should try to tell your story in little bits panels. Like the more that you want to use in pages, the more not understandable it is.
Right. Okay. All right. Imago and Light, Panatot and Slavik. Thank you very much, guys.